Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so you have to act today. If you keep pushing your dreams back, you're going to push them right to the graveyard. Welcome back to How to Beat You podcast. I'm your host, Gerald Henry. This is the place where we grow together. You can stay up to date with all things How to Beat You at our personal socials at Gerald.Henry. And today we're talking about the importance of moving now. You need to start something immediately after you finish this. Find something that you're interested in, want to do, and start, because you do not have time to wait. You do not have time to play with your life. I didn't understand how short life could be and everything until my mother passed. It was a normal day. We had spent the whole night at a little church get together function, whatever, having a good time. We ended up meeting up with some family friends, went to their house, having a great time, this, that, and third. We went back home, said I love you, whatever. I went to sleep. And I get woken up with a phone call like, hey, put on some clothes. Um, your mom in the hospital, something going on. And I didn't, I'm asking questions, but my dad was keeping it on a hush until we got closer to the hospital, and that's when I heard the news that she had passed. And just like that, my whole life was changed. But it was a seemingly normal day. It was nothing super special about it. If anything, it was an amazing day. Which actually made me fear like great days for a while because of how great of a day it was. But tomorrow not guaranteed. Your tomorrow or the tomorrow for nobody you love. So you cannot afford to just keep pushing these things back, because there is no telling if you will actually get to do them. Like, relationships are so fickle, and if you care enough, it's worth trying to do something today. It's one thing if you gave it your best effort and it couldn't work out. Like, I've had some relationships where I might have returned when I shouldn't have. I might have done a little too much, but I don't regret those because I was trying my best to make it work. I was trying my best to make the most out the situation and give my best, and it didn't work out. It might have at times or whatever, but after time, eventually it didn't work out, and that's fine. But you don't know what tomorrow holds or if tomorrow holds anything. I live every single day like today could be my last day. That's why I go so hard in my art. That's why I go so hard on my podcast. That's why I go so hard in my posts. That's why I go so hard in elevation and trying to bring a positive change in the world, because I do not know if I will make it to my tomorrow. I don't know if I will see my dreams. I don't know how long I will live. Like, this shit is all so real to me, and I can't afford to take it for granted. And that's also the same thing that keeps me from being able to live the life I'm supposed to live with the normal 9 to 5 and everything, and having a safe, comfortable lifestyle. Because it's just like, if I was to die today, I don't want to regret it. I do not want to regret it. We see all these stories from these people that's died. Like, the number one regret of people who, when they about to die, are extremely old, is they didn't live the life they wanted to live because they was too worried about how others perceive them or whatever, and they didn't get to fully be themselves. And that's not the life I want to live. I want, if I die tomorrow, I can be proud. And that's how I feel right now. Like, I could die right now and be proud of all that I've done and all that I've tried to do and the impact that I've made in people and lives. And you gotta live like that. Like, it's important that you're living like that. It's important that you know that you might not have tomorrow. And that doesn't mean you won't make mistakes. That doesn't mean that you won't fuck up at times, but If I'm trying to do my best every single day, every single moment of my life, then I have to be proud of that. And me doing my best isn't per se working all the time, because rest is also me doing my best. I've had to make time in this present moment to be able to rest. Like even earlier today or the past few days, I've been a little frustrated because I've been going through a lot emotionally and frustrated and sad at times. And I used to, one of the ways I used to cope, which is also how a lot of men cope, was I used to just work. I would just keep working and give my all into whatever, but I would just burn myself out. Like I would just work myself so hard that I would be burnt out, and then I wouldn't be able to continue showing up in the way necessary for me to actually maintain my goals and my dreams. And I had to learn that rest is a very important form of self-care. So in this present moment or earlier today, I just had to let myself rest. Like when I talk to myself in the morning, I was like, what do I need from myself today? And it was patience. So I didn't spend like the whole first half of this day doing any work. And that was frustrating, but vital. Like the present moment holds all of the potential. Your yesterday is set in stone. You can't take it back. Um, if you said something you regret, it is what it is. You can't take it back. You can do what you can to improve the situation today, but your past is done. And your future is completely reliant on the actions you make today. So it's important that you making the right moves. Maybe take the time and really look at how you spending your time and your life. And if this not how you want to spend it, then start making changes today. Like this is a brand new year and it's a brand new opportunity to be better, to do more. But you can't. To do that, you have to make the unconscious conscious. You have to actually look at what you're doing. You have to be like, okay, this is what I'm doing right. This how I'm fucking up. This how I can be better. And instead of plotting and planning a million different ways or looking up the best way to do something, you just start making a change today. Like, and if you continue making that right action every day, it will give you beautiful results. Like we underestimate compound interest. Same thing that work in money and business is the same thing that work for your habits and the success that you can get from your habits. You hear it all the time, but like success and greatness it's a habit. It's not just per se just something that you born with and raised with, but it's just you are used to showing up amazing in this way consistently. So that's just your normal. And all of that come back to how you moving today, how you moving right now. And I want you to make the most out of this moment. You don't know if you even have tomorrow. You don't know if you will have another chance. You don't know what will happen if you fail. You don't know what will happen if you succeed. You don't know what will happen if you try until you show up and make that effort. Until you decide that this life is my life and I'm going to live it now. That's when you start seeing change. Procrastination is one of the biggest things that get people from where they want to be, because they just used to this little blanket of comfort in the moment and be like, whatever. But that's not how you get where you want to get. Risk is the place of success. If you want to stay comfortable, you will keep settling. You will keep dealing with less than you deserve, and that will become your normal. That will become your okay because you're used to settling. But it's only the people that can actively take risk and move even when they don't want to, that will get where they want to be. I don't really feel like recording this podcast episode right now, if I'm truly being honest. I'm tired. I'm drained. I'm still emotional. But this is what I'm doing for myself. This is how I'm making the most out of my moment. And I don't need that motivation of excitement and everything to show up. No, I'm going to show up because this is what I need. This is what's going to get me from today to tomorrow. This is what fuels me. This is what makes my life feel worth living. So it doesn't matter that emotionally I don't want to do it. I'm going to do it. And I am doing it. And you can take that mentality to anything. Like, you do not need all the motivation in the world to go to the gym, because motivation comes and goes. But if you got discipline, if you have these habits, you will know how to show up with or without that motivation. You will know how to own this moment. You will know how to own your life. Because I promise you, if you are owning this moment consistently, your life is fully in your hands. You can own your next 10, 20, 30 years because you are making the right actions now. You see all the time that people talk about how the most successful entrepreneurs are the people who like have the shortest gap between the thought and action. There isn't, they don't have a lot of waiting time and pondering. Like, they decide that this is what they're going to do and they start acting on it and they start failing. And it's okay to fail. You need to be okay with failing, even in this moment, because it's going to happen. If I decide to pick up my guitar and be like, okay, I'm going to play this song, and I fuck up 5, 6 times, even if I say, fuck it, I'm done, like, and don't ever finish that song, at least not yet. I tried, I gave my all, and I will have that knowledge and wisdom for the next time it comes around. Every performance doesn't need to be a 10 out of 10. You are not perfect. You are human. And that means you be fucking up just like I do. So quit trying to hold yourself to these standards that even AI can't reach. All that's necessary for you to live the life you want to live is for you to make the most out of this moment, for you to try your best in this moment, for you to see what this moment is trying to teach you, for you to read the signs and make the right changes. So know that this moment is all you need. You do not need millions of years in experience to change your life. If you make the right actions and the right moves in this moment, you will change your life. So don't give up right here. Act. Thank you for showing up to How to Beat You podcast. I'm your one and only host, Gerard Henry. You can stay up to date with all things How to Beat You at our personal socials at Gerard.Henry. And we drop an episode every Wednesday. And you got this. Just act now. Don't wait. Don't contemplate. Don't go asking a million people for their opinions. Move. Because that's how you free your life. Thank you.